Hello and welcome everybody to FE Gaming and Commentary. This is a new channel, exciting channel, where we're going to do a rapid fire boxing session, flat earth debate, globe earth debate, and is this a false two-party system we have going on for us here? This lighting's a bit weird. I feel like it does weird things to my jaw and my face, but whatever. Tons of natural light. I need a ring light or something, but anyway, who cares? We're gonna have fun here. It's not gonna be too serious. It's not gonna be too angry. I went through years of being very, very angry about this subject, and now I have finally calmed down enough to politely discuss it. So let's begin here. We're going to just a rapid fire stream of consciousness go over all of these issues here that are listed for the flat earth. Okay, let's do it. Ready? Check it out. So, number 10. All the other planets and stars we've ever seen are round. There's no reason to indicate that the Earth should be any different. Again, this is Britannica. Know the 10 interesting facts that prove the Earth is round. So all the other planets and stars we've ever seen are round. Okay, so we've seen them and they're round, and that's a fact. Well, I have seen them. I have a very good telescope, and I've been doing observations since I was a young teenager, and there's really not a ton of proof that they are indeed round. I mean, we only ever seen one side of the moon. Is it round? Yeah, it's round, but is it spherical? Not really. I've seen Venus with my telescope. It's like a really fuzzy, nebulous sort of circle that has phases. And here this word round, it's like, that's not spherical. Say spherical, because round is just not good enough. I mean, if I cut an orange in half, it's still round, but it's not spherical. And obviously, a flat disc is round. The edge is round. So, really weak opening number 10 from Britannica. I mean, super weak. Let's go over that again. Number 10, all the other planets and stars we've ever seen are round. We've ever seen. So, not scientists, but just we've seen them. And there's no reason to indicate that the Earth should be any different. Could there be a weaker argument here? There's no reason to indicate that the Earth should be. I mean, it should. Whether it should or shouldn't be any sort of quality has no scientific basis. So, super weak, and I could very easily imagine a reality where let's go ahead and give them the benefit of the doubt and say all these planets and stars we look at up in the sky are indeed spherical, not round, but spherical. Even then, does that prove that the Earth isn't flat and that prove that the Earth is spherical? Hell no, it doesn't. So that's a super weak argument. We can all flat earthers know that this is a weak argument. We all know that, the planets and stars probably aren't spherical objects in the sky. They're probably more like lights or something like that. But even if they weren't, even if they were as portrayed in the mainstream, and they were spherical objects that we can go travel to, still that doesn't prove the surface of the Earth to be convex. So, very weak argument, number 1. Number 9, time zones. Day and night happen at different times in different places on Earth. In fact, it's always day somewhere and night somewhere else. Yeah, that's easily done on a flat Earth as well. I mean, just take the time zones, take the day and night that happens, map them on the flat Earth, and that's what happens, because we know that the Earth is not a globe. So, and again, obviously I'm not using the most proper debating skills here. I'm just doing a stream of consciousness sort of fun debate here. But time zones, I mean, really, that just has to do with the daylight. The Earth being flat or spherical really doesn't have much relevance mutually exclusive relevance with time zones. I mean, come on, people. A flat Earth can be illuminated by this mysterious sun in the sky, and it very much is mysterious, the sun. So all the lights in the sky, the luminaries, the planets, we've never been there, us normal peasants, and the people that claim they've been there, it's anecdotal evidence. People that claim to have launched off in a spaceship and visited different worlds, the moon, it's anecdotal, it's priestly thinking, it's like a priest class. So please use a little critical thinking here, people. The vast majority, 99.999% of everybody throughout human history, we all have the same experience of the lights in the sky, and they are lights in the sky. Does the moon have craters? Does the shadow on the moon at different phases kind of make it look round? Sure. Could still be on a flat Earth. Okay, so time zones, yeah, whatever. And honestly, the time zones don't even really work that well on the globe. You can see in areas like the far reaches of the Pacific and some of the islands out there where the time zones seem to jump around a bit, and you'll have like a 4-hour difference between two islands that really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So your time zones on the globe, pretty much botched anyway, I don't care. Number 8, the Coriolis effect. So cannonballs, really? Show me proof that cannonballs are moving around because of Earth's rotation, or hurricane winds. This is just the weakest argument I could imagine. I mean, if you're south of the equator, hurricane winds are different. This is kind of like their argument that you could flush a toilet in the south and it goes a certain direction, or flushing a toilet in the north and it goes a certain direction. I'm not even going to go there. It's just so weak. I mean, look into snipers, look into professional snipers that have made 5-mile shots and ask them if they factor in Coriolis effect. They really don't. They factor in spin drifts, elevation, I think even humidity, things like that. But Coriolis effect, that's a joke. It's a dead myth. Number 7, triangles. Wow, so impressive. If you walk 10,000 kilometers straight. Okay, so no one can do that. If I walk, and this is Britannica facts that prove the Earth is round. And it's saying, I can walk 10,000 kilometers. You can't even sail 10 kilometers straight. Nobody has ever done this. And turn 90 degrees to your right and walk 10,000 kilometers more and turn right. You'll be back where you started. 3 90-degree angles. So this is kind of blowing my mind right now. 3 90-degree angles. What? This is just like mental trickery here, guys. So this proves that the Earth isn't flat because of this mental experiment. Nobody can do this. It's never been done, but this is supposed to be a fact. Any geometry student can tell you this is impossible. Okay, speaking of geometry, why is it that if I go to the beach and watch a ship sailing out to the ocean, you're going to claim as a globe earther that it gets obscured by the curve of the Earth in a relatively short amount of time, like a few miles? Yet that same horizon that the ship's going over is flat left to right. So any geometry student could tell you that that doesn't make any sense, because if I can see the curve in a few miles from a ship, then the 100 or so miles I can see left to right on a clear day should be curved too, but it's not, it's flat. Okay, great job, Britannica. Number 6, the sun in general gets lower and lower in the sky as you travel away from the equator, and you can use this to directly measure Earth's curvature. So the sun gets lower in the sky. The sun's already moving pretty fast. I mean, it's moving like, 15 degrees in an hour or something. So and that's just a really rough estimate. The sun is moving fast, okay? If you put the sun in your solar telescope with a tripod, it'll move out of picture pretty fast. So nobody can travel away from the equator and see how much the sun moves. And also the sun moves from the seasons too. So let's say I do this experiment. It's a travel a few hundred miles. Okay, by the time I travel a few hundred miles, it's going to be a week difference and the seasons will be different. So the sun, of course, is going to be in a different part of the sky. So that experiment's impossible as well. This is the quackery of science. This is all Scientology. And I don't mean to disparage Scientology. It's far more relevant than globe earth science. At least Scientology actually has some sort of paranormal element of, things that we actually experience as normal peasants. Okay, so shadow lengths between the angle of the sticks. Again, this is just the sun. So the sun's shadows is what we're measuring here, not the earth. Screw the earth. Let's not measure the earth, guys. Let's measure the sun's shadows to see if the earth's flat or not. That's measuring the sun. It has nothing to do with anything about the earth. We don't know about the sun. The sun could be something far more mysterious, and probably is something far more mysterious than a big ball in the sky. All ancient cultures understood this, and they had mythologies about the sun, that it was something different. Okay. Number 5. The stars at night change as you go north or south. For example, Orion is upside down if you're on Australia. Yeah, that's possible on the flat Earth. If the stars are on a flat ceiling, let's say, this is a hypothetical for flat Earth, the stars are closer and they're on a flat ceiling, let's say, then looking at them from the North Pole, they'll be up right side up. And then if you go on the other side of them from the south, they'd be upside down. So that changes nothing. Terrible, terrible fact. And it's the stars, again. So why are we talking about the sun and the stars the whole time, discussing the earth being flat? Talk about bridges being curved, which they're not. Number 4, Ferdinand Magellan and many people afterwards circumnavigated the earth. That means he left, headed west, continued going west, and came back to where he started, still going west. Actually, Magellan was dead, but one of his ships, led by Juan Sebastian. Okay, so already this is suspect. Actually, the guy died before he finished his experiment. Okay, so did someone kill him because he was proving the opposite and they had to change the narrative at the end? I mean, what's going on here? One of his ships, led by Juan Sebastian Elcano, finished the journey. And if you head west and circumnavigate the earth yourself, yeah, none of us can do that. None of us have the supplies, the legal permission or the gear to actually do this. You'll be able to tell because you will observe one fewer sunrise. And anyone who does have the legal permission to do this or whatever, you're going to be in such a high position in society with that much money and resources that you're probably in this big club that's covering this whole thing up. You'll be able to tell because you will observe one fewer sunrise than everyone who stays at home. Wow. That made no sense. What do you mean, one fewer sunrise? What? I mean, aren't you assuming a certain speed that I'm going or something? So you can go west on the equator on a flat Earth. I mean, yeah, you're going to be turning, but, look, I don't know about this one, to be honest with you. I'm not a navigator and a sailor, but really, you could, in theory, be going along this trajectory of travel and make it look like you went straight to circumnavigate, when in reality you didn't go straight. You were turning a little bit the whole time. I could very much see that being possible. And to be honest with you, it's also possible that you could go straight and there could be some sort of weird other dimension that causes us to think we're going straight, but we're not. So I know that sounds a bit far-fetched, but you know, the Big Bang Theory and gravity and everything's also far-fetched. So that's my trump card. I don't care. How about that? I don't care if you go straight and circumnavigate west and come back. I still think the Earth's flat. That's how clear it is to me. And why, if the Earth wasn't flat, guys, shut up about the stars and the sun. And shut up about me walking 10K. Because, first of all, that's impossible. You can't walk 10,000 kilometers anywhere. There's no 10,000 kilometer triangle that we can walk. So we'd have to get in a boat. Oh boy, okay. Number 3. So we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Ooh, Chicago, my hometown. Number 3, the horizon. Ships on the ocean or tall Chicago buildings view over Lake Michigan. So not just any buildings, gotta be Chicago. Disappear bottom first. Ooh, I love this one, guys. They really got caught red-handed with this one. And you can see the sunset twice if you watch it laying down. Yeah, and quickly stand up. Yeah, I tried that and it didn't work. Nice try. I tried that at the beach. The simple fact is, if the Earth were flat, there wouldn't be a horizon beyond which things could disappear. What? So you could see forever if the Earth were flat? So Britannica doesn't understand the limits of human vision and eyeballs? Go into a long hallway. The hallway shrinks, a long hallway shrinks into a small point. So nothing would disappear if the Earth were flat. The only reason you don't see forever is because the Earth's round. That is some absolute mindfuckery. Absolute quackery. So from across Lake Michigan, you'll be able to see all of Chicago. We can pretty much see all of Chicago. I'm from Chicago. I've been looking at the skyline of Chicago from Michigan and Indiana my entire life. And it looks 100% flat. And the reason why you can't see the bottom of the buildings, like the trees and the people walking around, is because of the angle of your vision. So the buildings are the largest thing. Think about it. The tall buildings of Chicago are the largest thing that you're looking at across the lake. So they're going to be visible over the furthest amount of distance because of the vanishing effect of distance and vision. Things vanish over a large distance. So if I were able to see the trees and people running around on the street all that way, I would be Superman. I'd have supervision. I'd have telescopes for eyes. And the reason why you can't see that is because the height angle of the bottom of the buildings is much smaller than the angle of the entire tall building. So believe it or not, yeah, things disappear bottom up on the flat Earth. It's an absolute fact, and you haven't thought about it enough. You have to really take a few months to research how your eyes work and go out into the field and really just play around with it, because yeah, things disappear bottom first. It's the same reason why ships disappear hull first out in the ocean. By the time the ship completely disappears, yeah, the hull has disappeared, but that's only because the mast is much, much bigger than the ship. So the angle of your vision to your eyes, the angle is larger for the mast than the hull. The hull is tiny. So yeah, you can't see the hull anymore, but you still can see the horizon. Same thing for the Willis Tower, okay? I already know all this, and let me just impress you here for a second. The curvature from certain parts of Michigan over Lake Michigan to Chicago buildings, the curvature over Lake Michigan would be about 1,400 feet over 50 miles, 47 miles. That's a ton of curvature. The Willis Tower is about 1,400 feet tall, less than 1,500 feet tall. So if the Earth were a globe, I would be able to see the very tippy top of the Willis Tower. Instead, I can see most of the skyline. The Rocky Mountains. You think I can see the Rocky Mountains? No, it's too far. That's hundreds of miles. We can see Chicago because it's 50 miles. Your vision is limited. Things disappear bottom up on a flat plane. It has to do with the angle of resolution of your eyes. The larger the object, the bigger the angle of your eyeballs. The bigger the angle of that object going to your eyeballs, and you can see it for further. And yeah, the Rocky Mountains, things like haze make those disappear, and also it's too far. So, nope. We can see all of Chicago over Lake Michigan. You can't see a sunset twice. That's a myth. And we can see all of Chicago. And also the buildings look like they're standing straight up and not leaning to the other side of the flat Earth, the globe Earth, I mean. So that is just garbage. And I have personal photographs of most of Chicago from Indiana or from Michigan. Most of Chicago. Not just the tip of the buildings. It's every clear day, too. It's not just some magical, oh, every now and then the air is just right. No. The vast majority of the time you can see this. Number 2, during a lunar eclipse, the shadow of the Earth on the moon is curved. How do you know that it's the shadow of the Earth? This is all heliocentric mythology, religion. So we don't know that that's what's happening during a lunar eclipse. And let's say it is happening. The shadow is really not that curved. It's just a faded, blotchy shadow. I've seen many lunar eclipses, photographed them and everything. And it's complete hogwash. And also, you don't even really get that good of a shadow. It's just like a bunch of red color on the moon. So where's the blacked out moon on a lunar eclipse? Where's the little pinprick black spot of the Earth's real shadow? We don't even get it. So lunar eclipse makes the globe look like a total joke. Number 1, we know the Earth is round because we have photographic evidence. Great. Well done with your number 1 proof. Guess what I have photographic evidence of? Unicorns, fairies, goblins, ghosts, photographic evidence of me in space. I have photographic evidence of me flying around with a bunch of eagles in the sky that I photoshopped, and that's photographic evidence. So congrats, you totally failed on the number 1. And also the photos of the Earth look totally fake, and we caught you with the blue marble. Forgot when the other one was. 1972. Let's do that one. 1972 versus. So look at that. Those look way different. Oh, here it is. Why is North America way... Oh, he didn't put it on that one. Wow, look at that, though. Look at North America here. That's image of Earth. So it's garbage, whatever it is, it's garbage. But let's say that's a photo. It looks totally fake. North America is giant. North America is taking up about half the globe, half of one side of the globe. And then on here, it's like a little tiny guy. And that looks crazy fake. And why are they images and not photographs? NPR, and the best they can do is an image and not a photograph. There's a photograph. Recreated photo. So there's your photo. It looks great, but it's like the only one you have, and it's fake. So congrats. You suck.